Hello and welcome to the Fifth Sparrow No More. I am Kristen and I am so glad that you're here to DIY with me today. We are going to be using the Home Sweet Home transfer to make some fireworks. And I'm sure you've seen these before, the wooden fireworks, but we're gonna take that transfer book and jazz them up a little bit. So the Home Sweet Home transfer book is set up to make canisters, tea, sugar, coffee, biscuits, and those kinds of things. But for me, I know that I don't need any canisters and they don't sell in my booth. So I started cutting them up on another project and I have just continued to do so. So let's jump in to make some fireworks and use these transfers for our projects, maybe not for what they were intended for, but for what we want to do. Let's get started.
I used a box and put some nails in the bottom of it to hold these, what they'll be fireworks, upright to be able to spray paint all the sides. So there is the little hole that I did, and there is my box. And like I said, I put nails to the bottom of it and then put the sticks on those nails and was able to spray paint easily all of the sides. I painted 3 of them blue, 3 of them red, and I don't know the colors because they were just ones that I found in Dad's garage. They were a gloss enamel auto paint, so that's what I use. And I did not paint the white ones with spray paint. I painted those with chalk paint. This is the chalk paint that I used, Gardenia by Dixie Belle, and I painted all 3 of those last fireworks that we'll say in the set. These spindles are the end, or excuse me, these blocks are the ends of spindles that I had used on the ladders that I made for the IOD display and to sell in my booth. They're a little over an inch across, and I wouldn't say 1.5 inches, but just a smidge over an inch on each side. I'm going to take most of the gardenia paint off of my brush and do a dry brush on the red and blue fireworks. Now, I was a little heavy-handed with a few of them, so I went back and used a paper towel to wipe off some of that paint, because I wanted that like a white distressing, but not to have it be a solid white. So I wiped that back on both the red and the blue fireworks. This is the Home Sweet Home transfer, and I'm going to use the letters and these stars out of the book and use those for the fireworks. I'll cut apart the canister words that are in here to spell USA and the word pop. If you didn't have the transfer book, you could certainly stamp the letters on, use a stencil, something like that. So it's only limited by your imagination. But yeah, I would suggest a stencil or maybe a stamp to put the words on. And you could do, instead of pop, or in addition to pop, you could do snap or crackle or boom. Those are fun words for these fireworks as well. Okay, so I have cut out all of the stars and some letters from the Home Sweet Home transfer, and these words all spelt something different in the book, but for me this will be the best way to use them, I think. So we've got pop,
I wish there was more P's in there because I could have done snap, but there wasn't another P. And then a bunch of stars and the USA on the blue ones. So we'll get those rubbed on and then put the fuse in there, which is the wired twine, and then I make these cute. Hello, it is time for a commercial break. So I wanted to let you know, and you'll see them more at the end with the finished fireworks. But I wanted to let you know about my little shop called Twigs and Fluff. It's an online shop which has flashcards for every day and the holidays. And for the holiday coming up, and other patriotic holidays that we celebrate throughout the year, I have the Freedom Rings flashcards, and they are these flashcards, vintage looking flashcards. If you order them as a set, I will print them, hand cut them, and ink them, and then mail them to you. And then if you want to order the digital download and print them yourself and cut them out, that option is available as well. So I'm going to go through these. We have Star and Liberty. We have Flag. Whoops. Independence. July, Fireworks, which is what we're making today. Brave, because the men and women that serve are so brave and fight for our freedom. America, y'all. And then red, white, and blue. So those are the Freedom Rings flashcards. You can make fun combinations with some of the other sets. For instance, something super American is apple pie. So that would be the Schoolhouse Rocks and the Autumn Fun flashcard sets, and those combine apples in the schoolhouse, pies in the fall, and that would make apple pie. And you can make fun combinations with all of the sets on there. So I will leave the link to the Freedom Rings down below, and then a generic link to all of the flashcards. So those are the Freedom Rings flashcards. Like I said, they're either a digital download or I can print them for you.
I use this wire jute cord from the dollar store to make this fuses on the top. Now those small holes that I had made to spray paint them, I just made those bigger in order to put that wire twine down in there with hot glue. So I just used a bigger drill bit and drilled right where I had drilled before. Now these are unfinished at the top. So I did take Barn Red by Dixie Belle and Liberty Blue by Fusion and touched up those tops. I did forget to record that, however, but I did touch up the tops of those. So I will just use some wire cutters, cut the twine and the wire for each of these fuses. Now sometimes the wire cutters did not cut the twine, so I had to use scissors after I snipped the wire. I'll put this wire jute cord down in there. I did figure out later in the process that the twine didn't really stay on the wire very well. So when I put it down into the hole with the hot glue, it really helped to twist it down in there to wrap that twine back around the wire. So I'll just put hot glue down in the hole and put the jute, the wire jute cord down into that hole for each one of these. Now it is time to put our fireworks together. The easiest way that I figured out how to do this was to gauge the distance so you could see most of the stars in all of the USA, and lay them down on the table and put them together with hot glue, and then stand them up and then hot glue the two in the back together. You'll see that in just a second how I do that. And then after all of that's put together, then wrap the cording around all three. So here I am putting the two back ones, gluing those together to make a little bundle and to make sure that you can see all the stars in the USA. For this set, I try to glue them all together standing up, and I will say this was a little bit more difficult. Would definitely lay them down, space them out, glue the top one, and then stand it up and glue the back one. This one just seemed to not go together as easily. So just keep that in mind. Laying down seems to be the best way to go to put them together